until we're in the ground. No, they don't pick us up, instead they knock us down. And that's the way it goes until we're in the ground. No, they don't pick us up, instead they knock us down. And that's the way it goes until we're in the ground. I don't wanna do this anymore. No, I just wanna say hell no, and do whatever I like, do whatever I like. It doesn't matter if they say so, 'cause I can put up a fight, put up a fight. Let's make a hit and run, do it for fun. They can't hold on forever, so just say hell no. Yeah, we'll be going all night, we'll be going all night.
We used to walk late out at night in July, you and I remember when you grabbed my hands and held them tight. Those days, they didn't last. I wanna go back. I don't want no one but you.
Alright, so sorry about the delay, folks. I was a little bit preoccupied with setting some stuff up on chat. I went ahead and got things started with getting things started with the with my throne. So went ahead and got that all organized and set up. Went ahead and added some items to my actual throne. If you want, there is a link that, so basically Linktree/Poltrixie, and you'll be able to see different things there. So if you're curious, there are items available there, various cosplays that I'm interested in, support my caffeine and energy drink addiction. There are options there. So let me go ahead and post on social. I do apologize. I am, obviously trying to work out and get things there.
I wish we could stay alive together forever. I don't want no one but you. I know we'll make it.
So I am currently wearing a set by MoeFlavor. It is pronounced Moe, as in cute, in a sort of oddly objectifiable way. For example, the different dairies would definitely classify as Moe. Unfortunately, one of the side effects of, well, being lazy is that, oh, hello, Faust. Thank you so much for being that devious little gremlin in the corner. I know that you're lurking, however,
Let me tell you this, let me tell you right now, your exquisite kiss still burning, didn't know I missed.
say hello. Hi, Faust. How are you? Again, I know that you're lurking, but thank you so much for coming. So this is a set by MoeFlavor. It is the Black Bunny sort of a Gyaru inspired outfit. So I figured why not embrace my inner Gyaru of Marin Kitagawa yet again. Oddly enough, because she is a cosplayer, I do really identify with her, well, just from really the cosplay and kind of unconventional sort of way that things are set up there. Just so the mods are aware and the wonderful Twitch gods, I am fully attired. I do have multiple safeguards in place. It does make it a little bit tacky looking, but I do have everything covered, and there's no real risk of anything really slipping or having any malfunctions. So let me go ahead and switch back to the gaming screen so we can hang out here for a little bit. Again, I do apologize for the delay. I was running a little bit behind setting things up for Streamlabs integration, so I could make sure that everything was set up for you guys so you can fully enjoy things. I didn't get the bit jar set up, basically where if you do a donation, follow, subscribe, whatever, it ends up dropping little bits into a jar or a cup. I wanted to add a little bit of a fun little add on to that look, just so you guys can actually like drop things on a mini me. Just for the effect of it, but I did get the sort of timer set up so you can basically see different things. I do have sort of a room question, just so you guys will be able to sort of interact that way by answering some just silly, inane questions. The question of the day today is, what's your favorite scary movie or show or book? I think my kind of go-to, it's not like really scary, would be Shaun of the Dead if I'm watching like something in the background with English in the background. But if I'm wanting to watch something really scary, I would definitely go to the early aughts or late 90s, early aughts Asian horror, such as Shudder, the original Ju-on, and the original Ringu. Just the practical effects of the spookiness there really resonates with me, and I enjoyed that quite a bit. So let me go ahead and let's switch back over to the poll. I've got everything all set up there, and let's just see what we can see here. I do know that we had a few followers come in after Zentrea's wonderful shout out, so I am definitely happy about that. That was, I mean, such a big time streamer actually bothering to do a shout out for someone that came in with just a handful of followers into the stream was really reassuring, and I mean, very generous of them, obviously. But hydrating a little bit with the Trixie Cup and doing other stuff here. And let's see here. There we go. Let me add to that most recent tweet again. There we go. I think maybe last time that I posted the link to the actual stream on Twitter, it ended up where I wasn't, I didn't put in something right on the link because it didn't do the auto fill in with the actual, what do we say? The image didn't automatically pop up. but there we go there. I can see chat a little bit peeking behind my chair and the nicer microphone. I decided to go with more of a red undertone for the actual sort of accent light. So here we go here. And again, unfortunately, one of the downsides of trying to get back into shape is all of my cute outfits do kind of look a little bit dumpy because of the, well, I look like one of those stringed up hams that you see around the holidays. So hopefully we'll be able to, as I pull around and get things a little bit more in shape, or at least more to my liking in terms of actual weight goals, I'll be able to fit these a little bit better and present myself in a much more put together way where I don't feel as self-conscious about some of the outfits that have like little strappy bits like this. Femo, welcome, welcome! It has been forever. Yes, I know. I'm so sorry. I have been absolutely horrendous about being on stream. However, welcome. I do have a couple 2B outfits that are coming in. I think that you would actually really enjoy what outfits I'm getting. There's, spoiler alert, the 2B inspired outfits. One of them is the schoolgirl inspired one that has sort of the open blouse with a cheetah or leopard print shorts that go underneath the really short skirt, as well as the officer inspired 2B outfit. I think you may have seen that if you I know that you know Uwao cosplay, and those are yes, I'm really glad that you are able to come by again and hang out with me. But yes, the officer one, I even splurged and got the matching jacket. Unfortunately, it was supposed to be here yesterday. However, overseas shipping being what it is, it didn't arrive yesterday. It's actually still overseas, and the projected arrival date was for Tuesday. Darn you, Labor Day and holidays and delays and deliveries. And now it's actually supposed to be here on Wednesday. However, Femo, you weren't here for the announcements yesterday, but since it is September birthday month and discounted subscriptions for all of you lovely viewers, I am going to be doing at the very least, a 30 in 30, so 30 days of streaming, at least for 1 hour every day. Today I'll be on until 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so hopefully it's not too late for you. I do know that you yourself are overseas, and I don't want to impede upon your sleep schedule or anything like that. But yes, I will hopefully be able to show those off on Wednesday or Thursday, because I am intending to stream every single one of the days. So I'm going to be on today, tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, until the end of the month. My actual goal is to do 90 and 90, so all the way through November, bar for maybe a few days, just for like general maintenance, or if I'm not able to, well, even on those days that I'm not available, I'll probably end up showing up at least for an hour just to hang out and chat with you guys, and you'll see cosplays on those days as well. Today though, I was going to be here originally at 4, but then I was like, no, I need to get some administrative things done with the stream in general, as well as links and all of that stuff for you guys. So I was like, okay, I'm going to make an announcement for 5, and then I, of course, inevitably was 15 minutes late because I got distracted. At first I was like, okay, I'm going to do Kaine from Near Replicant or Near Gestalt, whichever whichever title you're more familiar with, also known as Near with some arbitrary numbers after it, I believe, for the remaster and re-release of it. I was going to do Kaine today, but then I realized that I had no idea where half of her stuff was. I do have the negligee and the bottoms, but I don't have the really cool sleeve or the really cool leg parts, so I didn't really want to have sort of a half-done cosplay there. So instead, you get to see the entirety of the Gyaru Black Bunny set by MoeFlavor. It does have a little tail. Obviously, because of Twitch being Twitch, I don't want to obviously show that off too much, because it's like, oh no, you're focusing on, you know, potentially lewd content. So, yep. And I am definitely looking forward to those outfits because, well, as I'm sure you know from the various content that I've done, I just really love 2B. But now, lately, my inspiration has been Marin from My Dress Up Darling. So, I'm sure you can tell that there is an influence from her, at least with my general attire and appearance. So let me go ahead and help out with the illusion a little bit and the immersion. There we go, there. Thank you, thank you. Again, unfortunately, because I have been off stream and off the pole for a while, I do have a little bit of extra padding, so to say, that I am working, hopefully in this 90 and 90, on getting off, just so I can, you know, feel better about myself. Because back when I was streaming every single day, pretty much non-stop, and polling throughout all of those streams, I was in some of the best shape in my life. And also, even though I love the head accessories and the bunny ears and whatnot, it doesn't always work for me to be able to do like some of the pirouettes or some of the bound spins or moves on pole. But Femo, welcome back. I'm so sorry that I disappeared for so long, and I am working on getting some emotes done. Tonight, during my real job, I'm going to be working on those. I have a couple of ideas. Hopefully they are going to be accepted and acceptable by the mods, mainly because of the potential for things looking a little bit more suggestive, but yes. I am too, and I have been watching your social media and seeing all of the lovely cosplays that you've been doing, and it has been really cool seeing all of that. And one of these days I'm going to figure out which actual plate in this is causing all of those little creaks and cracks, because the pole itself is safe. I do have the base all set up. I know that it's not the floor creaking, but yeah. And unfortunately, even though I do have a much nicer lighting setup in terms of the actual lights that I have going on, I even have a spotlight. Yep. Well, you're actually really super cute, Femo. I am really jealous of your fans that have been able to see you in person at conventions, as well as your significant other. But you know, that's just how life goes, and they are all so very lucky to know such a talented young cosplayer and just an amazing person. And there we go there. Oh, one of the things that I was delaying on returning to streams with was an AC unit. Holy beans, you probably have some idea, as someone that goes to conventions, that the actual true stage lighting ends up being ridiculously hot. But pair that with a poorly ventilated room, an AC that does cool the rest of the house, but because of the way that my entire setup is, it doesn't cool my room all that well, plus a gaming PC, plus 4 different monitors, and you can guess that I was definitely in need of getting an AC unit. I did get a separate one, and it has made all the difference. Yesterday I was able to pull for a solid 3 hours without dying. That would be super nice, wouldn't it? Being able to meet up with you and, you know, obviously, since I am such a pole junkie, I probably would challenge you in cosplay to, at the very least, try a spin on pole, if available. If not, I would find like a street sign and say, okay, just hold a Cupid pose. Which in and of itself, while you wouldn't assume it to be, is a little bit of work and effort, because it does work out your obliques, because you do have to hold your torso up while you're actually holding the pose. Well, it's been forever since I've actually been to the studio proper, so I am also essentially kickstarting my return to the pole lifestyle and the actual training and whatnot, so you'll probably see me do some of my techniques a little bit not so well compared to how I was back when I was going studio, 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 stream, stream, studio, studio, stream, stream, studio, studio. But I have found that a lot of my muscle memory is still there. I am able to do some of the more advanced moves still. It just is because I do have a little bit of extra padding. I do have to struggle a little bit to actually get and hold those various positions, just because of the way that that works out. But I would definitely be able to demonstrate, at the very least, the level 1 moves, and basically just have you try out something very simple, very basic, and make sure that you don't end up falling or getting injured while actually trying it. So some of the ones would be obviously the roundabout spin, maybe throw in a pirouette, the wrist roll variety, maybe an implant pirouette just for the sake of variety's sake, because that one does require a little bit of balance. Perhaps even the fireman spin. Obviously, if you don't feel too comfortable or too confident with it, I'd be able to guide you through, but you know, since it would be just trying out pole, it wouldn't be necessarily you having to do the moves. Obviously, during classes, you don't have to do the moves, but you are challenged to at least attempt them. So if I were to have you try a fireman spin, you would have your seatbelt on, you would basically not clamp on with the ankle, and you would definitely not have your heel on it, but behind the heel at the pole, and you would lean and then lift that back leg up. So your fireman spin would look like that. So if you're right-handed, it would look like this. So inside hand up, safety belt on, ankle wrapped, lean, 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 lift. Obviously, after you became more accustomed to that and more used to it, you would be able to eventually go into less of a static entry into it and more of one with a little bit more momentum. So you'd still have your safety belt on, but you would plant with the inside leg that ends up as the back leg. Swing. And you hook the ankle pretty much as you're going into the spin, and then you can lift that back leg up. So essentially the position that you end up in is so some of the things to keep in mind when polling, obviously you don't want to try it. Well, there are people who can instruct via remote. However, it's usually advised to have at least an introduction course so you know how to perform the moves, or at the very least, how to grip the pole properly. There are some, however, who basically dive in and say, you know what, I'm going to learn how to do this random move that was made in Russia by a 12-year-old that doesn't have their bottom rib, so they're able to fold themselves in half twice over, and then they end up getting hurt, but they fearlessly tried it out, and that is another way of learning, but not one that I obviously would recommend. But if you understand the basis and the mechanics of the actual moves, you should be able to, at the very least, attempt them safely in a monitored studio environment, but you'll have at least a leg up knowing how to actually perform some of the moves, or at the very least, how to grip the pole without getting stuck. Because if you hold on too tightly, you end up where your spin takes you around, but your hand doesn't move, and you end up stuck. If you hold too loosely and you go around, you fall off of the pole. So one of the really important aspects of pole is to understand how much you need to actually grip the pole. So having that safety belt, that seat belt as I call it, on is always going to help with, at the very least, you can hold this one very loosely because it doesn't have to hold up as much of your weight during the momentum. And then you can gradually adjust the top hand.
Back in my bag, yo. Conscious. ISO. Down. Back in my bag and I gotta brag. I do this shit for real. When we was down and we had nothing, we had to share a meal. We put the shit in overdrive with no steering wheel. Shorty throw that thing back in.
Also, something cool that I just kind of set up is I do have a external speaker, so I can hear the music that is playing through for you guys to listen to as well. So I'll actually be able to dance to the music when actually doing pole work. So I can maybe eventually make some silly choreography choreography up for some of the different moves, or some of the different combinations. The music is royalty free, so you don't need to worry about any copyright or anything like that. I do have my most recent stream is still up on Twitch for a VOD. Eventually it will make its way out to the YouTube sphere. But my outfit, unfortunately, because this is actually my first time like wearing it. I did obviously check to make sure that the outfit would fit, but this is me wearing it properly. So some of the parts may actually end up getting a little bit loose and not looking as clean as they could. Also, as I'm sure you can tell, I do have extra coverage to ensure that nothing is popping out. Also, I have upgraded some of my other parts of the stream and setup, so I'm able to quickly switch over at the push of a button for switching if I were to change over to, say, gaming, or watch party or anything like that.
I don't know how you make me feel this way. I got you inside my
Or if I wanted to sort of show off the Trixie Cup. Also, I will be right back. There is a pre-built ad that's going to play just to make sure that the folks over at blah blah blah. So the pre-roll ad doesn't play. Oh yeah. Stream Deck, so I can do quick changes. And also, so I can mute myself if ever the need arises. I also have the ability to run ad breaks and so on and so forth at the push of a button. And also, because I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times, Femo, the intro of me saying, Hi everyone, I'm Poltrixie. I'm a certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. During the streams, you'll see some combination therein of those, and welcome to the stream, folks. I can actually probably automate that, so I can actually play that anytime that I want to give an intro, without having to pop up and basically give my spiel, so to say. But honestly, I don't really mind saying that every so often. And what's going on my phone? Ping, 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 ping. Let's see here. Nothing there, nothing there. Aw. So one of my friends is a content creator, and she ended up with one of the unfortunate states of I know. I missed saying it, honestly. It's kind of my signature, so, you know, I don't mind saying it every time. It just is, eventually it may get to the point where like 30 different people come in and like everyone's asking. I'm like, hi, I'm Poltrixie, certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. And don't want to say it time after time after time after time, but for right now, for the time being, while we're still intimate and we're still, you know, a smaller growing community, I don't mind saying that and letting you guys know what I'm all about. But one of my cam friends basically ended up with, they were intending to be on stream the entire weekend. However, it looks like they actually have plans every day of the week, so they ended up, having sort of that push-pull of, oh, I really wanted to make content, versus, oh, I can interact with people socially and touch grass. So, yay for her, and also boo for her, and in a fun way. And I'm sure some people may see me putting the grip aid on my hands and have a question about that. It just makes sure that my sweaty hands don't end up making it where I can't hold onto the pole, because that is a big problem, as I was going over previously. And let me go ahead and let's do a fang carousel. Whoop. Too much grip on my hands. That can also happen when I end up with too much grip actually on my hands when I'm trying to do a trick where I get literally stuck to the pole and the move obviously doesn't work as intended. So, inside hand up, inside plant. I don't actually do that left-handed. I just thought of that. Also, don't have as much space to do some of the more sweepy, swingy moves, but hopefully, eventually I'll get things reorganized so I can actually do those moves and show them off, such as the actual pirouette spin. Because right now, I do have a light over here. I also have a shelf over there, and I do have my Buster Sword over there as well. And I'm excited to eventually get back into gaming. I am very, very dangerous. Don't mess with me, or I'll climb your pole. Just doing some minor adjustments real quick because I do feel my wig slipping, my outfit slipping. I'm like, even though I am fully covered, Twitch might see stuff and misconstrue it. So I'm just going to do some minor adjustments and make sure that it's all in place. Obviously off camera, because you don't want to see me adjusting my wig, and you don't want to see me adjusting my top. Anyhow, yes. I know you probably forgot how suggestive I can get on stream. Then again, if one more person, I swear to God, asks or states that they have a pole that I can spin on, I will be quite upset. Hello, Luan. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Also, now that I'm in a bigger place, I do have another pole, a static pole that is downstairs that actually does, or not static, a mounted pole that's downstairs that basically is all the way up and down to the ceiling, and it doesn't have the little stage part, so technically at some point I may be able to do a stream there that ends up where obviously I wouldn't be in the pool section, so I'd probably have to work out some stuff there, but I'd be able to do moves that involve a little bit more swingy parts and whatnot, so I'd be able to do the actual pirouette spin with my legs extended instead of having them kind of tucked in. Same with the blind hand grab, which ends up in pretty much the exact same position. It just is the pirouette spin because you can actually grab the pole as you're going into your pirouette. You can end up you know, a little bit more secure when you're actually going into the spin. Blind hand grab, you end up in the same position. However, to get into it, you actually have to reach behind as you're swinging. So a lot of people... So technically, from a teaching perspective and a learned move perspective, the blind hand grab is from an inside plant. But, as well, I also do it from the inside plant, but I can imagine someone potentially being able to do it at least with a flare a little easier, using an outside plant, but it would... You actually do it this way. But yeah, unfortunately I can't build up the momentum needed for it without swinging my legs too high, so I don't destroy light, sword, shelf, piano, background. I've got a lot of things in the way. That's perfectly okay. If you actually do exclamation point lurk, you can do an official lurk, and I do have an added integration to sort of announce you're lurking to the rest of chat, so if you wanted to do an official lurk, you absolutely can. That's one of the things that I was setting up earlier in Streamlabs. Yes, I am accumulating adorable little gremlins in my corner. You might not be able to fully see him because of the fact that I have things keyed out, but I do have a little Toneberry friend. And if I bring him into the light, he'll slowly start to disappear because he is green. However, for the Master Archmagus that we have lurking as well as a little gremlin, we do have my little friend here. Oh, that would be a cool idea. I will pin that idea. Keep it in the thoughts. Let me actually write that down. But yes, I have all sorts of different fun things for the various chatters. We do have the ability to do shout outs in case we have other streamers come in. Also have some other commands and stuff. Right. And I just adjusted some stuff over here. Making a couple other adjustments just because I am a bit of a show woman. Or at least I try to be, or I try to think that I am. So for anyone new to the stream, I am Pole Trixie. I am a certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. You'll see some combination of those. For example, part of the cosplay gamer part, you can see I have a prop, fake Buster Sword. I'm currently somewhat dressed as Marin Kitagawa from My Dress Up Darling, and I am sort of walking through some of the fundamentals of pole just as I'm not relearning, but reintegrating and redoing the stream part of things, where I would actually do cosplay pole related content, but making it where my body remembers what I'm doing, because it has actually literally been months since I've been in a pole studio for a prolonged amount of time. Obviously, there are a lot of important things to consider. A proper warm-up, which if you go to a studio, you'll be able to learn, but also wrist mobility and strength is important. So a lot of places will have you do like wrist circles. Some will have you do like water flicks to kind of work on your grip, as well as loosen and limber up those wrists. Some will even, if you're doing like really wrist intensive moves, have you work on wrist mobility and resistance. So active flexibility, where you're actively pressing making sure that your wrists are nice and limber. But wrist mobility is important. Grip strength is also important. Obviously, if you don't have a Kung Fu grip. Ooh, we have someone new. Let's see here. We have a new follow. Ooh, and the pianist, 1995. You requested a level 1 move. Okay, let me think of an appropriate one for you. So the various pleaser points that you're going to be building up as a follower allow you to redeem them to request different level moves. You can't actually outright request different moves. That would be more of like a bit related thing if I ever get that all set up and organized. I'm completely a scuff streamer. I am the flesh tube version of a one of those really scuff VTubers that even though they are professional, they have a lot of technical difficulties. Anyhow, that aside, here is your level 1 move, the pianist. That is a stag spin. And thank you so much for the follow. You'll see various moves. I'll break them down. It just is when you request one through the pleaser points or bit or sub or whatever, I'll just show it off rather than break down the move, go over the various points of contact and all of the technical terms. Ooh, pianist. Thank you so much for the bits. And a level 2 move. Okay, let's go. We are going to go with a level 2 pose. Hello, Jen. Hello, my little gremlin friend. So, the pianist, you requested a level 2 move. You're going to get a swan pose. And also, I'm going to punch my fan, apparently. Whew. There we go. Fan crisis averted. And for the biddies, let me think of something appropriate. But thank you so much for the bits. Pourvu. Let's see here. We are going to go with The Apprentice. Mainly because it's kind of my go-to move. Thank you, the pianist.
Every relation is a struggle these days. Try to keep 'em alive, but we throw 'em away. Love should be a joy. Every relation is a struggle these days. Try to keep 'em alive, but we throw 'em away. Love should be a joy.
Woo!
Looking for love in
There we go.
the corner.
The Apprentice was the first move. I just felt like dancing a little bit because biddies! Thank you. Thank you so much.
Should be a joy. The moment you see him, you know what it feels like. Yeah, but after a week, something doesn't feel right. Is he the one? Could I find a better one? I think I could do
Whew.
better. Every relation is a struggle these days. Try to keep 'em
And
alive, but we throw 'em away.
Dear Bomb and Light, thank you so much for the follow, and thank you so much for the level 1. You shall get a Rockstar spin. No, Martini spin. You'll get a Martini.
So many chances.
There we go. Thank you so much for the follow.
It's not okay. He doesn't feel okay. So much heartache in his heart. It's not okay. He doesn't feel okay.
So, as a certified ball instructor, I have over 100 moves up here. However, when I'm dancing, I know 4.
Nightfall and lit up shores. Kids on their skateboards. You stepping up to me.
And I need to invest in some foam. Mainly because if you guys hear the creaks and the cracks and the shifting of the plates, the stage pole that I have is an X pole. It just is, I got it secondhand, and it was previously very well loved. Unfortunately, in the past year and a half, it hasn't gotten as much love from me as it should have. Oh, thank you, Luan. Hopefully, eventually, I'll be able to trim down and you won't see as much of this mesmerizing tum-tum. Don't tell anyone. I almost ate it just then. I totally almost stepped right off the back of my pole and died.
Follow the impulse. The future is unknown, and you will have your mind blown. Two on a tightrope, on off and on again, clinging to slight hope. On off and on again. If I'm a snowstorm, you're driving into me. It's keeping us warm. I lost my head in the common sense.
Aw. Thank you, Luan. Whew. So, one of the things that I absolutely love about MoeFlavor is that all of their stuff is like super size inclusive and super adjustable. What I don't like is that when I'm wearing it for the first time, I haven't fully adjusted to how I need to adjust and how I need to wear each part. So, whew. Thank you, the pianist. Thank you, thank you, thank you from Germany. Let's see here. Time differential, it is probably later in the evening, so I apologize for my absolutely atrocious pronunciation. However, guten Abend, Herr or Frau. Wie geht's? Again, I'm absolutely terrible at German, so that is pretty much the extent of it. I do apologize for any butchery of pronunciation. However, hello, sir or madam. What's up?
A little bit of feelings I can't shake. They're the ones you make, and I think you do. And if you see it like me, you can get it for free if you're ready to lead. A little bit of heartache never killed. You're a brand new thrill. Hope I am too. I'm
trying to think of some different things, different moves and stuff. Where would that have gotten to? No, that is that. That is that. That is not that. That is that, but that is not that. Nino9, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome to the stream. Hello. Unfortunately, with the way that my studio is set up, I don't have as much leg room to be able to do all sorts of floor work stuff, at least here. So that is a an interesting question because genetically, I am South Korean. I was born in South Korea. However, I was adopted and went to New York and then moved down to the American South and then moved around within that state in North Carolina. Lived in Virginia for a little bit, and here I am. So technically, I was born in South Korea, lived in New York, and currently reside in North Carolina. However, I am looking on moving. Not really sure when, but just for the sake of being able to move around and hopefully branch out into a larger space so I'm able to do pole in a much more wide open area so you guys can actually see some of the moves more properly executed than me kind of, okay, doing them all tucked in like that. It's German territory. We're in Deutschland now? Okay. Welcome auf Deutschland? Deutschland? Again, I'm absolutely horribly sorry about my atrocious pronunciation of German. I shall be right back. There will be a quick ad that plays just to keep it free for people that are coming in. Or did that already play? I don't know. Sometimes I see stuff and I'm not always sure if it's right now or if it's previously now. Gotcha, Jen. That makes sense. Yep. Oh, yeah. I definitely understand that, Jen. Oh, der Bomalite. Sorry about that. I didn't see the DER. I thought it was DE. I am a terribly blind streamer. So tonight I'm going to be working on some emotes, as well as a few little additional things for my different social medias, as well as my stream deck that I just recently set up, mainly because it's like, oh, this symbol does this symbol does that. What happens when I fill everything up and start using multiple contextual symbols? I don't know. I could forget what each one does. Aw, thank you, Luan. And I am a thirsty hoe. A very, very thirsty bitch.
A mental picture in my mind just to keep this moment till the end of time. 'Cause I know that it might be over after tonight. So before I change my mind, your hands around my waist. Just let the music play. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. Sweeter than summer wine. Baby, just hold me tight. Like a drug, I am hooked on you. And that makes me say, oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Goddamn, I think I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh man, you make it feel like paradise. Paradise. Bittersweet, give it to me. If it's only for tonight, it's bittersweet, give it to me.
Oh my god, Jen, speak for yourself. It was up to the lower 90s today, so it's coming back, and it's getting to be quite taxing on the new AC unit. Fortunately, I'm not wearing like 80 pounds of silicone anymore, because yay, yay not dying, but also yay for my AC unit. And that was one of the main things that I wanted to get before coming back to stream, because of how ungodly hot so many lights can be. Since I have 5 separate lights running, a gaming PC running, and 3 monitors running, I absolutely am feeling the heat. Fortunately, the fan is helping circulate the cold air that is pumping out of the AC unit. Whew. You think that's crazy? Let me go ahead and do one that will hopefully blow your mind.
Came around when I was pretty lonely. Glad you found someone that I could be with. Never ever really crossed my mind that you were just hanging around. Never ever really crossed my mind that this would end up upside down. You and me cheated for a long time. You had me fooled and there were no signs. And you stole my time, and I lived my life with you. Should have known that
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that little combo.
you stole my time, and I lived my life with you. Should have known that you'd lose. It was all a robbery. It was all a robbery. It was all a
Whew.
robbery.
Some days you just need to stretch out your spine.
Came to be a little fuzzy, honey. I didn't know what you wanted from me. Rather heard it from the beginning that you didn't know what you were feeling. Never ever really crossed
Thank you, Luan. Thank you, thank you.
that you were just
And again, one of these days, I'm going to convince Vivi to actually take a damn pole class. One of these days. Maybe after she moves. Oh my god, it seems like everyone's moving. Like, I'm eventually planning on moving. Jen seems to be wanting to move. Vivi's trying to get things set up so she can move. Is Faust trying to move anywhere? Well, I know that Faust is trying to build a cow harem. But also, I don't know if Faust has any intention on moving. Nor do I know if, we're going to be... This is absolutely terrible. I'm so sorry for this, but I'm ridiculously offensive regardless. But hopefully because of me, we don't end up with a German invasion on our hands anytime soon. I mean, I don't mind if the stream gets invaded by Germany. The entirety of Germany. Absolutely everyone. Autobahn included. But I hope that nationally we don't have any complications with them. We do. But one of the main problems with that and convincing Vivi is pole classes cost money. I mean, if I were to teach her, that's one thing, but I don't really travel. Technically, I could travel with the pole, but I'm really a homebody, so I don't know. Also, since we have so many people trickling into the stream, welcome. I am Pole Trixie, certified pole instructor, amateur cosplayer, and lifelong gamer. You'll see some variation of these during the streams, and hopefully you enjoy what you see. And you'll see me adjusting the cosplay mainly because this darn aprony bit is not wanting to stay on. Ooh. Yes, feel free to come hang out with us. I am intending to stream at the very least once per day for at least an hour. Typical hours are going to be between 4 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for American users. Eastern Time, I think, translates to maybe -6 GMT. I think we're 6 hours behind. I don't know. But you'll be able to expect to see me on stream every day through September, as it is my birthday month. My birthday is going to be the 21st. I intend to stream then, and I also have basically the rest of that week off of work, so you may actually see me stream a little bit longer. We may actually incorporate some games in there, but I do have a few new cosplays coming in, so maybe we'll get into a series that is related to those cosplays, and some people here were made known of what the actual cosplays are. However, for all of you new viewers, I'm going to keep that bit of a secret. So hopefully you can enjoy that in the future. Also, given the fact that this outfit is a little bit more on the scandalous side, I will be taking this VOD down. But you will be able to catch up on anything you may have missed during the stream on my YouTube channel. If you do !YT, you'll be able to see my YouTube channel and maybe join there if you want to see some of my previous streams. I do have a lot of content going back because I did stream on Twitch on here quite a bit in the past. However, unfortunately, until recently, I did have some complications with my account. I'm pretty sure you can probably guess why. But again, because of the potential for this outfit not quite meeting guideline standards, I mean, I am in a pool area. This is a bikini, but I don't exactly quite recall what the actual policy on cheek exposure is. This VOD will be going live on YouTube as soon as the 24-hour period after Twitch exclusivity expires, but you'll be able to see my different YouTube videos there. You can also do Linktree/Poltrixie, and I have links there that you can follow. My different socials, as well as my throne. If you wanted to support me or buy me a cute outfit or cosplay, you absolutely can. Whew. But if we are getting close to 7 o'clock, because I have no concept of time, and my eyes are absolute crap, just bear in mind, around 7 o'clock, I will be, unfortunately, leaving the stream. So let's see how much time we have left. About 29 minutes. Also, if you are cultured people, which I know that at least some of us are, I'm sure you recognize the pool from behind me. Whew. And right now taking just a quick little sit because I was dancing quite a bit. Whoops. And it looks like one of my friends is typing. What is my friend saying? Whew. Sorry about that, folks. Again, one of my friends was chatting with me, so I was like, huh, I wonder what's going on with them. And rehydrating with actual water. So in my Trixie cup, I'm not sure if anyone new to the stream or even some of the older viewers knows this, but I typically end up having a half drink of energy drink, and then the rest is water and ice. So I typically end up with like maybe a couple ounces of energy drink and predominantly water and ice in my cup. Unfortunately, that isn't exactly the best form of hydration because of the caffeine and taurine and vitamin B and salt and stuff. However, it does keep me drinking lots and lots of water that's added into it. So I do have a very, very healthy but kind of weak bladder. I do have to get up to do bio breaks every so often during stream, but I do also have a camelback full of water and ice. Yep, and that's pure water in the camelback. However, in my actual Trixie cup, I do have a combination of energy drink and water, just so I mainly because it's like unless I'm like really working out, water doesn't really appeal to me. And of course, my friend didn't say anything back. Okay. Alright, and let me see something here. So, chat, I think that the little interaction thing is a little bit broken, but I did ask in sort of like a general sense of what's everyone's favorite spooky content, since we are going into spooky season. What is your favorite scary movie, show, or book, or comic? We don't discriminate with the actual type of content that you consume, so we're never going to shame you for watching shows versus movies, shorts versus long form, etc. So just wanted to see what everyone enjoys for the spooky holiday. Okie doke. And while Luan's thinking, for anyone that's coming in, one of the things I enjoy is going to be the early 2000s, late 90s Japanese or Asian horror. I am a huge fan of the original Ju-on, as well as Ringu and Shudder. All three of those ended up getting subpar American remakes. The Ring I actually The Grudge, Ju-on, I first saw the Sarah Michelle Gellar version of it, but then I went back and watched the Japanese version of it, and I definitely appreciated it a lot more with the practical effects and just the really, really spooky visuals that they had in that particular movie. I even did see the other version of Ju-on, The Grudge, the one where it was... So, I'm not sure how many of you might know, but back in the day, there were different modules and like learning... I didn't die. I didn't almost fall backwards. I'm okay. But there's different, almost Telemundo feeling videos that they used to have for learning, like, languages. And the original Ju-on, The Grudge, actually had that format where it was like short episodes that told the same story, but it was very obviously along those same lines in terms of like budget and ooh, the Halloween franchise. That is a question, Luan. Are we talking the Rob Zombie part of the franchise, or are we talking the original I think Carpenter version of Halloween? So are we including the offshoots done by Rob Zombie, or are we sticking with the classic Jamie Lee Curtis and Michael Myers that was or shall we call him what he was referred to as in some corners of the fandom, The Shape? Okay. Okay, I can see that. Yeah, the Rob Zombie ones were, as you stated, they were all right. Oh. Whoop. Oh dear. I am going to need to resecure the top part of the pole. So because the stage pole that I have is portable, as much as 200 pounds can be portable, it does kind of slot and piece together. So as you can probably see, part of it is in need of resecuring and tightening. Also, because of the nature of things, the different plates that make up the base of it do slide around and do make some weird sounds. Just in case you hear something creaky and snappy, it is not me falling through the floor, as much as you probably think that my larger frame may be at risk of doing. It is more so the stage pole itself shifting around. Whew. Okay, so classic slasher horror. That is a really acceptable genre and choice. I definitely appreciate the original Nightmare as well as the original Friday the 13th franchise. Around the point where it got to Freddy Takes Manhattan, or Jason Takes Manhattan, and I want to say like Dream Warriors for for Nightmare on Elm Street. That's when I was getting a little bit like, oh, come on, guys. Things are just getting ridiculous. I still watched, I still enjoyed, but in the back of my mind, I was thinking, huh, this is getting a little bit silly now. I mean, Jason Voorhees literally punched a man's head clean off of his body in Manhattan. Think about that. Also, I mean, definitely was an interesting thing. But it looks like the auto ad is about to play. If you want, you can skip the ad. I'm, as you can see, probably going to real quick run away for a moment to get my tool to be able to resecure this, because being able to take that out is, I mean, it's not bad because it is the slotted in. Fair enough. But yes, while you do that, I will be stepping away, so you don't have to skip the ad. You're not going to miss any content. But let me get my tool.
Say what you wanna say to me. I don't need your sympathy. I just need to let you go. Heartache, 'cause what doesn't bend will break. What is keeping me awake is the fact that you moved on. So when I see you there with what's your name, but the memories come back to me, I just
Yeah.
turn my back and put them all away. 'Cause that would be great. I'll move on. I'll be just fine. I will let go.
And like I said, I did enjoy those movies as well, and I did chuckle at those parts. It just is, those were almost jump the shark moments for me, so I can definitely understand if people were turned away from the series at those points. New Nightmare, I actually enjoyed the concept of it. I actually saw New Nightmare, Nightmare on Elm Street before, not before I saw the original, but before I saw some of the other sequels. I enjoyed New Nightmare, as odd as that sounds. It was an interesting sort of thought exercise about the whole concept of the series and tulpas and such. But it does look like we will be winding down. I do want to raid someone, so let's go ahead and see who's online currently. And who of my various people that I can go take you guys to see might be interested in that. Let's go ahead and let's browse some people real quick. So, Twitch. Okay, so they're not there, there.
Oh, come on, man! Thank you! Who do you think you are? I'm stuck like this.
Alright, so let's go ahead and let's invade Fillion.
Yo, I don't think I do though. What's water? Frick you too. Dude, I'm actually stuck. Dude! I'm not a fussy baby! The voice fits little Phil better. No duh. Alright, well, chat. Do I even have like I don't know.
Alright,
Welcome
and
to my new world.
because
Let me,
I do
Let me see.
crazy poll stuff,
What's a good model for this voice?
we're going to go ahead
out
and
here.
invade
Yeah, this one.
Fillion
Oh,
because
they're really cute.
Fillion also does all sorts
what's
of
up?
fun
Hey.
activities.
So,
She flips. She also
Skyping later?
is very
Or not? Like,
hyperactive.
what do you-
So
what do you think? You wanna-
we're going to go see Phil.
Okay, well, I guess I gotta bust a sick rhyme down the track. Here comes my new guitar solo or something. Hey,
And thank you all
my
so
name's
much
Billy
for
Snake.
hanging out with me. We're going to go and see what's going on with Fillion.
Cringe, but I'm also gonna get some mint. So if you wanna, make sure to sign up for phillyshop.com. I got the greatest deals of all time, and you can buy human organs on the cheap, but don't be a sheep. Buy some drowning insurance before you get taken away by a current. So I'm almost done with this track. I'm gonna go and turn